Some honourable member care to move that the House takes note of miscellaneous business?
I so move.
Marama Fox.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You know, a couple of weeks ago, TV New Zealand, to the credit of all those who want to know what it's like to be a Kiwi, put out a survey called the Kiwi Meter. They were going to take an academic look at how we view ourselves. There was some question raised about whether there was any validity to this Kiwi meter, whether or not some of the questions were indeed racist. I put it to you, Mr. Speaker, that they were not only some of them racist, but the Kiwi meter was also bigoted and misogynistic. There is a portion at the end of the Kiwi meter that has a whole lot of symbols that we're supposed to identify with as Kiwis. Number 1, the rugby ball. Fantastic. Number 2, the All Blacks, who play rugby. Again, fantastic. And number 3, the haka, performed by the All Blacks, who play rugby. Fantastic. Not anywhere in those symbols did I see rowing, knitting, gardening, any other sort of pastime that other Kiwis in this country might like to enjoy. And so we get to the questions, and the questions come up and they say, how do you perceive yourself? Do you think that Māori are privileged in this country? Oh my goodness, what sort of a question is that? What are we asking here? Is this really how we see ourselves as Kiwis in this country? Is this what this Kiwi meter was designed to do? Or was it merely a guise for fleshing out the most controversial subjects in front of our nation at the time, the flag referendum, whether or not we want more Asians or immigrants in this country? All of those questions are the focus of the Kiwi meter, and really, is that how we see ourselves? You know what? There is some misunderstanding in this country that Māori are seen to have some sort of undeserved special treatment, some sort of privilege. Well, let me tell you a little bit about that privilege. According to the statistics that have just recently been put out in regards to the Better Public Service goals, Māori make up 50% of the men's prison and 63% of the women's prison. Māori numbers for children in SIFS care are 60%, despite 15% of the population being Māori. Is that the privilege that we are asked to determine whether Māori have special privilege in this country? And then we come on to the Kermit-X. Yes, that's right. We're going to talk a little bit more about the Kermit-X because this is the sanctuary that is a gift to the world on behalf of our government. And yet we can, with one stroke of the pen, wipe away treaty rights guaranteed to iwi underneath the fisheries settlement. Now, we agreed that there should be a sanctuary, but actually, can we please address the issue of the rights and the property rights that have now been eliminated? And it's something that the member who likes to yell out from the right has agreed to as well. In fact, the very honourable, or not so honourable, I'm not quite sure, David Parker, and that was in regards to whether or not he's been a minister and not whether he is actually honourable, said that Māori don't deserve compensation, that environmental rights need to take precedent over treaty rights at all times. We're not saying that Māori would not have agreed with the government and gifted that area to the country, to the world as a sanctuary, but actually, if you don't bother to go and talk to them first before you remove their treaty right, then surely it's a bit hard to swallow when they want to take you to court and determine whether or not compensation should be paid. So are those the sorts of privileges that we're talking about? Or is it about the privilege of whether Māori should be recognised in water rights? Should we recognise Māori in water rights? No, because nobody owns the water. Isn't that right? That's what we've heard. Yesterday we had a wonderful petition come here saying we need to have not just swimmable water, we think actually, but drinkable and water where we can gather our food. Do Māori own the water? Do they have rights in water? Well, I'll tell you who think they have rights to own the water. That's regional councils, because they allocate it as if they own it. They allocate it to farmers, to horticulture, as if they own the water. And once that water has been allocated, in fact, They do own it. And they can also then go and sell it overseas. And what did they pay for it? Absolutely nothing. But here's the thing. The one thing that we do need to ensure that is put first before all other things is the rights of our children. When will we be debating that under urgency? When will we ensure the safety of our children?
Members'
Thank
time.
you, Mr. Speaker.
The question is the motion be agreed to. The Honourable